What's on this weekend? Maybe it's a DIY project, or maybe just a lazy Sunday on the couch playing video games. Regardless, we've got something that'll interest you today on the stock. I'm Xavier from the dealing desk. I'm joined by Matt, head of clients. Matt, tell me, what's the stock?
Thanks for having us, Xavier. The stock I'm watching today is Home Depot, ticker code HD. Reports its second quarter earnings before the bell tonight, and there's a lot riding on it. It's their first earnings release since their CEO, Ted Ducker, went on medical leave. So the interim leadership team is holding the fort at the moment, and the investors want clarity on two things: tariffs and the housing market. Wall Street expects sales to be up about 5%, but earnings to be flat. Margins have been getting squeezed lately, and the new Canadian tariffs aren't helping. The stock's actually been drifting down over the last week into the earnings, sitting around mid-330s with the consensus Wall Street price target above 370. So if they can deliver a genuine earnings beat, there's an opportunity for the stock to re-rate. And there's an interesting link as well. Last week, US retail sales numbers was the first monthly drop in consumer spending in 9 months, but building materials and garden stores, which is where Home Depot plays, were actually one of the few areas that still grew. So today's numbers are a real test of whether that pocket of strength is actually holding up, or whether Home Depot is about to tell us that the slowdown is catching up there too. What's the stock you're watching?
Well, yeah, the stock I'm looking at is Take-Two Interactive. That's T2 on the NASDAQ, available 24 hours on the IG platform. And essentially, they're the publisher behind, well, the big thing in the news right now, GTA 6, coming out in November this year. And then they also publishers for like the 2K games and Zynga for kind of more mobile online focused stuff. But yeah, definitely all eyes are on them now because of GTA 6, which is essentially going to be, well, the biggest video game launch of history. The budget for the game is in the estimates of between $1 and $2 billion, which we just haven't seen before in the gaming industry. And the gaming industry has grown hugely over the past, couple decades, and I guess this is going to be the kind of big test. It's going to be a success either way, but it's about like how big of a success can it possibly be. Rewinding the clock all the way back to 2013, right, when the last Grand Theft Auto came out. Since then, like the Nasdaq's gone up 800%, and Take-Two Interactive has gone up 1,300%. So there's the industry has grown. And I guess one of the key changes is that games have gone from something that you just buy once to, something that you buy and then has this online ecosystem that sticks around for years, that, you kind of get drip-fed content, you're spending money in it. Really, this is going to be kind of a super large-scale release version of that. And it'll just be interesting to see as the years and even, maybe even a decade go on, does this game remain as successful as everyone's hoping it will be? So it's definitely one I've got an eye on coming up, and we'll see if it works out.
There's been so much hype. Is it ever going to happen? Is it ever going to come out? And it's finally happening. Will they be able to live up to the hype that's been built up over the last decade?
Yeah, I mean, definitely those delays and such have, they're taking their time. I think they know we got to get it right. We got to make sure that everyone's blown away with the first impression, because there's been many a video game that has maybe launched a bit too quickly, made a bad first impression, and by the time they get patches out to fix it, people have already moved on to something else. So definitely there's a lot riding on it, but I mean, looking at all the trailers, looking at all kind of everything in the lead up and all the details they've shared, these people are now all experts. This company's great at releasing these large-scale games like Red Dead Redemption 2 and the previous Grand Theft Autos and such. So, I mean, if anyone can pull it off, it'll be them. That's all the time we have, but for all things trading, news, and stocks, head to ig.com/au. And if there's a stock you'd like to see, let us know in the comments below.